If you say anything, you can mess up. Can you just pay attention to me for like 1 second? What are you even doing?
I'm trying to send a tweet with a selfie in it.
Okay.
I gotta look good.
All right, well, hurry. We're gonna get started soon. Okay, seriously? Hey everyone, and welcome to this week's Famous Five. We're here on a gorgeous day in Washington, and we're joined by a new media specialist for Special Report with Bret Baier and the new spokeswoman for Gorton's Fish Sticks, Katy Ricalde. Katy, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us about your job with Bret Baier. What do you do at Fox News?
I love my job. I have been here for 8 years at Fox, almost in August, and I started working for Chris Wallace and Bill Salmon, who are both wonderful. So now I work primarily for Bret Baier and then also for Brit Hume. For Bret, I am his new media specialist, so I am in charge of all of the social media platforms, also our blog and website. Could you have picked a better day? Like, welcome to DC, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, we're losing our umbrella.
We're getting wet.
We're getting wet.
Okay.
It's okay though.
All right. You also assist Bret on a daily basis.
I do.
What's the weirdest thing he's ever asked you to do?
Going from one convention to the other in 2012, and we get off the plane and Bret says, "Oh my gosh, I left my bag in the overhead bin." I just run past the front desk, onto the runway, and start chasing after the plane, which has already started pulling away. And they come after me like, "You can't do that, that's against the law." But the plane stopped, and I was able to get the bag off. And we're talking a big plane. I mean, this was not some little plane, it was a big giant plane. So that was a little bit, unusual, but I would do it again.
Especially if it was your bag.
Or if it was my bag.
A lady's bag?
And I've forgotten my bag many in places.
Same. You told me that you competed in Miss South Carolina pageant 3 times, yet you lost every single one of those times. What would you say to those that took your crown away?
Well, those girls were my friends. The girls that won, I love them all. One day I'm gonna win something. I won a rabbit once in an auction, for the record. That's the only thing I've ever won in my life. I was like 14 and I entered a drawing at a craft fair with my mom, and they were like, "You've won a rabbit!" And my mom was like, "Oh, like a stuffed rabbit?" And I won a rabbit. And then my dad got me another rabbit, and then we ended up with like 45 rabbits. True story. And then a raccoon ate them in a massacre, but.
Speaking of raccoons eating rabbits, back to the pageant days. Who's more difficult to live with? A house full of siblings and their friends, or a bunch of girls running for a beauty queen?
Beauty queens. I mean, have you ever been in a room that's like all you can do is breathe hairspray and everyone's putting on butt glue so their swimsuits don't come up?
Well, not so much butt glue, but I was in a sorority, so yes.
Yeah, so you kind of get it.
We had a lot of food in the house, and we had really good lunch buffets.
Let me tell you, after they announced like the top 10 and the top 5 at a big pageant, all the girls run backstage because they usually have like pizza and like just junk food for you. And I mean, that is like raccoon massacre.
Yeah.
I mean, do not try to take some girl's supreme pizza after she just did not make the top 10 in a bathing suit competition.
You love whales.
I love whales.
If you were Jonah for a day and you were swallowed by a whale, what would you do?
If I could pick a whale to be swallowed by, it would be an orca, and that's technically a dolphin if we want to get really geeky here.
Are those killer whales?
They're not killers, Catherine. I would not want to be swallowed by a whale because I'd probably have to be in there with like some fish. There is nothing on planet Earth more terrifying to me than a fish.
So I'm pretty sure that a whale is technically a fish.
It's not a fish.
Ladies and gentlemen, Katy Ricalde with Special Report with Bret Baier. Katy, thanks again for joining us.
Thank you. Trust the Gorton's fishermen.
Okay, you know what?
What the heck?
That actually wasn't supposed to happen. It's okay, it was good. What was my face like though? Because I was shocked. I was like, oh, I don't know, I haven't. She specifically told me before that she's like, just don't break it.
Just don't break the phone.
Okay.
Okay.